Welcome to the best gambling show on the internet. And today, by viewer request, we're going to do the over-under spreads. Make sure you go check out my Vegas spread picks. That's where we get the big money. But I'm doing this for you guys. I do like the over-unders, but I will be honest, I only make one or two bets per week on the over-unders. So first game this week, we got Rams Philadelphia over under 45.5, and I'm going over because these two teams are unpredictable. I got questions about Philly's defense. I got questions about the Rams defense. I have questions about the coaching on Philadelphia. I have questions about Carson Wentz and the turnovers. So when you get these just factors in a room, it's going to combust into points. And we saw this Rams offense was fluent. They were ready to play. Is it the Rams offense of 2 years ago? No. But look at what they did against the Cowboys. I think this Rams offense comes in and plays good. And we know this Philly offense can be explosive. And I think to win this game, they will need to be explosive. Bet the over here. Next game, we got Carolina, Tampa Bay. 47.5. This is a tough one because you want to go over because you look at the Panthers' performance against the Raiders and you're like, okay, that's a good offense. And then you think, okay, Tom Brady and this Buccaneers offense is going to bounce back. But I'm going under. I think most of the points in this game are by Tampa Bay. I think Tampa Bay puts up 30-35. My question is, how many points do the Carolina Panthers put up? I think this will be a very tough day for Carolina, so I'm going to bet the under here. Next game, we got Denver at Pittsburgh, 40.5. I'm going over because I think this is going to be a dogfight. I love both defenses, but when we get into when we get into games that are going to be decided in the last 2 or 3 minutes, that's when the points start ratcheting up. That's when things start getting out of control. I got this going over, even though I love this Pittsburgh defense. But I have told you guys, and I was right about Locke. I told you guys Locke wasn't ready for the stardom. He wasn't ready for this franchise quarterback anointment. And I was right against Tennessee. We'll see if the kid can bounce back. I think he bounces back just a wee bit. Go over. Next game, we got Atlanta and Dallas. 53.5 over under. Oh, I'm going under. I don't trust this Atlanta offense to churn yards into points. I mean, this Atlanta offense can put up 600 yards and they could come away with only 21 points or 17. And look at what they did last week again against Seattle. That's just the type of team Atlanta is, and Atlanta doesn't have that good a defense. But I think Dallas also has problems. I don't see Dallas just putting up 30 points here. I think in minimum, Dallas puts up 20. I think max, Dallas puts up 24, maybe. So I think this is going to be like a 24-20 game. So bet the under. Next game, we got the 49ers at the New York Jets. Over under 41.5. Wow, this is a tough one because you got the questions about Kittle. You have plenty of questions about the Jets. I'm going under because I don't trust the Jets to show up. And until I see them be organized, until I see them have team unity and coaching, I'm going to go under because last week they were an absolute train wreck against the Bills. And, you know, San Fran could blow the Jets out and this could still go under. I'm going to go under. Next game, Buffalo at Miami. Over under 42. Wow, this is an interesting one. I got this going over, surprisingly. And normally these games are 17-14, 20-14, 20-17 dogfights. But I think this game will have more explosion. And I think Fitzpatrick will provide explosion. But I think this Buffalo offense will have plenty of explosion ready for the Miami Dolphins. And another thing that I think will rack up points in this game is the Bills' running game against the front seven of the Dolphins. I'm not sure they're ready to consistently stop a good running game and a good offense. So I'm going over here in the Bills-Miami game. Next game, we got my Minnesota Vikings at the Indianapolis Colts. Colts over under 49. I'm going under. I think the Vikings defense performs a lot better than last week. And I think this game is going to be more about running the football. We know Phillip Rivers and Kirk Cousins, yes, they're good for turnovers, especially Phillip Rivers, and that can add to the point total in the game. But I think both teams are going to try to run the ball, try to be physical, try to burn that clock. So go under on this. Pretty damn sure about this going under too, by the way. Next game, we got Detroit at Green Bay. Over under 50. Money, money, money. Money. I'm going under. I'm going under. And Detroit, their offense has good things about it. And I'm not going to completely blast this Detroit offense because I have plenty of respect for Matt Stafford. But I don't see them having a tremendous day by any means. And then Green Bay, I think Green Bay controls the clock in this game. And yes, this is a weak Detroit defense. Yes, you can put up points on this Detroit defense, but I think Green Bay is going to control the clock. It's going to be methodical. This is a Packers team that is more methodical than big flash 70-yard pass down the field. We need to remember that. That's why I'm going under. It's just a stylistic matchup of these teams in this game. And I do think Detroit keeps this close. I want everyone to know that in terms of the other point spread. But over under, we're going under. Next game, we got the Giants. Woo! They're dogs. They're dogs of the week. I'm picking them to beat the Bears. If you haven't noticed, check out that Vegas spread video and hit the like button. So we got the Giants at the Bears, over under 42. I think this is surprisingly going to go over. I have no respect for this Giants defense, and nothing has changed that. But I have respect for what the Giants offense can do in this game. And I feel like everyone's stuck in 2 years ago. Like, they still think this Bears defense is top 5. And they're like, Khalil Mack, he's going to completely shut down everything. But if you looked at this Bears defense last year, they were fugazi. I mean, they were still a pretty good defense last year, but they lacked motivation. They lacked inspiration. They lacked big plays. So it's just like, why we keep walking around like Chicago's a top 5 defense in this league? Did you guys watch the film against Detroit? Go over here. Go over. Even with Mitch Trubisky at quarterback. Next game, we got Jacksonville at Tennessee. Over under 44. Yeah, this is a really complicated one. I'm going to go under, but there isn't a lot of science here. This is one I want you guys to just stay the hell away from. You wonder what Jacksonville is going to provide, and we saw some big playability from this Jacksonville offense last week. Will that continue against a damn good Tennessee defense? I'm not sure. And this Tennessee offense, obviously they have a lot of points in them, but they won't be putting up too many points if they're kicking field goals, as you saw last week. Next game, Baltimore at Houston, over under 50. I'm going over because any game that involves Baltimore, you just go over. It's the same thing with the Chiefs. 7 out of 10 times you're going to be right. Next game, Kansas City at the LA Chargers. And let's keep it simple. This is 47.5. Over under 47.5 in this game. Listen, this is one I don't want you to bet, but I got it going over. But I do wonder. Actually, I'm going to go under. The Chiefs-Chargers game is over under 47.5. I'm going under because I don't think the Chargers do anything on offense. I'm going to keep it simple. Next game, the New England Patriots at the Seattle Seahawks. Over under 44. Man, I think this is a 21-17 game. I think this is 20-17, so I got to go under. And I think the way this could go over is if Seattle explodes. But I want to be completely real with you guys. I am not expecting a lot out of these New England Patriots and Cam Newton. It was a cute first story. We get to hear the Belichick versus Brady. Oh, Belichick doesn't need Cam. We'll see. On this Jamal Adams edition for Seattle is actually making a huge difference. I watched the film against Atlanta, and damn, it actually added a lot. Next game, last game, we have The New Orleans Saints at the Las Vegas Raiders, over under 48.5. I'm going to go under because I think this Raiders team is going to be diligent. I think they're going to be running the rock. And then I think the big story that everyone got a little bit lost in, they got a little bit caught up in the mud, so to speak, last week was Drew Brees didn't look good against the Buccaneers. And Drew Brees did not look good against the Minnesota Vikings when they were eliminated in the playoffs. And Drew Brees simply hasn't looked that good in a while. Then you take Michael Thomas from that equation, and then you got a Raiders front seven that is physical and willing to stop the run. This has all the ingredients of under. This is a borderline money pick. Make sure you guys subscribe, hit the like button, share the videos. I'll be live this weekend after some of the games.